long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfit toys joined forces to talk about Christmas. Inspired by Jesus and equipped with sad stories and a questionable understanding of the holiday, all heroes ventured forth to remember repressed memories. So gather up your mice, your nutcrackers, and your tow missiles, and join us on a quest to find the true meaning of Christmas. This is Botchmas, a Christmas postcast. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah.
Welcome back, Patreon subscribers, to this month's roundtable about Christmas. We love Christmas.
And other
Don't you guys?
holiday things. Not all of us love Christmas.
And Hanukkah. And
Ramadan, Kwanzaa, Festivus.
why are they all
Saturnalia.
Why are they all in December?
It's like there's a pattern with Abrahamic religions and their offshoots.
If you go back and listen to all the roundtable discussions intently, possibly 3 times over, you'll get the clues as to what this episode is going to be about.
Couldn't it also be that retail wants to end their fourth quarter in the positive?
And they want to be able to market to every single person
So it's the Illuminati.
imaginable.
I mean, that's the modern day, but...
However, but those holidays existed in the same time before retail was like a big thing.
Did Kwanzaa?
No, but
Or
we didn't
Festivus?
mention Kwanzaa.
Did?
We did mention Kwanzaa.
When's the Christmas in India? What's their Christmas? Austin.
Austin would know.
Christmas
He lived
in India.
I'm not an... I'll look it up.
I'm not an ethnologist. He says.
Hindu, December...
Do they give
holidays.
gifts?
I don't think they serve...
India-
it's fucking Diwali.
Yeah, Diwali was last month.
Ah, Diwali World.
So it's not all in December.
It's a good place.
Hinduism. All right, they got...
Eva?
I'm almost positive John just said it was last month.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John's
It was-
legal, is he?
It was the beginning of last month. It was
Holies in March.
officially the 7th
the
of
Makar
November.
Sankranti or Mahashivratri. But I don't know what the fuck those are.
You're a bad Hinduist.
I'm a Unitarian Universalist.
That sounds like hippie to me.
It means I'm descended
Why aren't
from
you a
hippies.
nationalist? That's the cool thing.
When's Buddhist Christmas? Do they
I'm
like take
fascist
gifts?
light, all right?
That's right.
God damn it.
Buddhists exchange possessions, right, for like a Christmas season?
They don't have possessions.
No, you're wrong. They give each other
Buddhists absolutely have possessions.
like their soul.
The Buddhist monks?
Otherwise, they would be alive. Wouldn't be alive.
Nah. Like clothing and... Shut up, John.
Yeah.
And shelter. They own that.
Well, someone
Here's
owns
my
it, just
guess.
not
And
them.
December 31st is December
30th.
33rd.
December 23rd, holy fuck, is called Human Light. It's a humanist holiday originated by the New Jersey Humanist Network.
I hate it.
There's Yalda.
Of course, it's a Jersey thing.
God bless you.
Gablocko.
What about the
Day.
Church of
Boxing
Satan?
Day.
I'm sorry, the Temple of Satan.
Temple of Satan is not a church.
That's why I corrected myself.
Yeah, dingus.
Ooh, Unitarian Universalism is a holiday. What?
So
What's that?
let's actually get into this now that we've kind of covered our entire, hopefully our entire Patreon.
When's Viking Christmas?
Happy
Boat
Feast
Day.
of Wintervale, everyone.
Works for me.
So I realized that in my days. Hold on.
John, you
I've
smell
had
like
some.
girl.
I've had some pretty weird, and I think Christmas brings out the worst in my family more than Thanksgiving or Arbor Day or 4th of July.
Or Monday when your mom calls you and you yell at her.
Christmas is always I compare it to Thunderdome,
I think that kind of makes sense, though.
and every time I drive wherever I live normally in Pennsylvania back to Philadelphia to my parents' house, it's always a who's gonna win Christmas this year. It's a competition
Well, it's Philadelphia, so okay.
because it is just a nonstop fight to the death, and I normally come out on top.
Normally.
Why don't you just
But
wink at me? It's weird.
I want to know about everyone else's Christmas or holiday experiences throughout their life, and what good has come of it or what craziness.
So I'm going to start very quick. Because my parents and I hate Christmas so much, because it has been commercialized a lot, and it's seen as like this time of giving, and you have to be happy and have all of your family around, and you have to make them all happy and give them the best gift, and it's
Also, you're Vikings, so.
Well, yeah, that's
Boats!
We like boats.
We get flower as presents.
We're the fucking Viking. So instead of having a big affair and stressing out about like making sure that we give the best and most perfect gift to every single member of our family, we get really fucking drunk. We drink about 3 bottles of champagne before noon. We open stockings, which are the same thing every year. It's a tangerine, 2 walnuts, Toblerone, a Pez dispenser.
Is your mom making a gonorrhea joke with that, or?
That's
No,
very
we just, it's I don't know. I don't understand the reasoning behind
Hold on,
it.
does the Pez dispenser change every year?
Yes, I've got a huge collection of Pez
What?
dispensers because of fucking Christmas.
No, he gets the same exact Pez dispenser every single
So
year.
many
That's what I was
C3PO.
hoping.
She did
so
actually-
many C3POs.
She did actually give me the same Chewbacca Pez dispenser back to back, but one of them was fucked up. So
The
it's
same
like slightly
deviled egg?
different. And then like we just give socks and underwear and pajamas and shit.
Your
And
family
just-
sounds awesome.
and then the one time of the year that my parents smoke the reefer, they take like a cup. Like, of course, I smoke pot. If you haven't noticed, listeners, me, Austin, I smoke a lot of weed.
Well, today you ate it.
Yeah, today I ate a little bit.
We all ate it.
We all ate the weed today. But my parents will smoke with me. And it's really hilarious because every time we do, it's the same conversation of, all right, now don't take too big of a hit because this is not the same shit you're used to.
Who's talking at this moment?
Me.
All right, you're
I'm talking
your
to my parents. Hey,
I like
just
when you're
take a little
coaching.
hit.
You're-
Yeah,
you're-
fucking, they think they know what's up. They think they know
Whatever,
the way the
Austin,
world
I used to buy
works.
ounces in college.
They sure fucking did. The reason they met was their mom went to a party and saw that some guy had a pot plant growing on a tie stick in his fucking room. That was my dad. That's how they met. So they used to smoke a lot of the weed.
But
But they always go in hard every year of like, no, I know how to smoke weed, Austin. Son, you sit back and watch this.
It's as if they forget because they get too high.
Every year, yeah. They get too high every year.
Do your parents want to buy some weed, dog?
No, do not
Okay.
give them any.
I see your dad like every 2 weeks.
My mom still has the same weed I've given her 2 years ago.
Okay.
She freezes it and keeps it. I don't know. I don't fucking understand
Sure,
it.
why not?
It keeps pretty well.
Well, yeah, THC only gets active once it's heated up, so it's actually not an issue to freeze your weed.
Pretty
It
stable.
doesn't taste very good.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because I smoke it for the flavor.
I don't do it to get high.
Flavor Town.
Just for the taste. But yeah, they'll take. I'll take a puff and be like, all right, smoke it just like this. You never do it, but just do it like that and like ease into it.
Wait 10
and they
minutes.
torch the fucking thing.
Your mom takes out a gravity bomb from behind the couch.
No, son.
She's
I
like,
know how to smoke.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Whatever,
Jerry.
pussy.
Jerry, get the gas mask.
Jerry, did you fill up the bathtub?
We're gonna hit the trenches, bitch. Oh,
Because
fuck.
I took one of those 5-gallon water jug bottles and I cut the bottom off and we're going to use it as a gravity bomb.
And that's about an hour and a half of straight laughter of them just giggling at the stupidest shit and me sitting there just like, what the fuck?
I'm totally
What is
normal
happening?
and unfazed. But
I'm just gonna be on my phone doing nothing.
I might skip my Christmas this year and come to your place.
Yeah, well,
What, you just want to smoke
yeah.
weed?
he wants the
Get
Pez
fucking-
dispenser.
He wants- Hey,
They're
man.
collectibles.
Toblerone.
goddamn.
I
They
need
are,
a
I
pest
think, at this
dispenser.
point.
Yeah.
And then we split off and do our own things. I usually hang out with the dog and play video games and keep drinking and smoking throughout the day and night.
P.S. How is your dog still alive?
I don't know. I think he's
He's like
in a-
18?
Yeah, he's ancient.
Jesus Christ.
He's
an asshole.
He's still going. I
Just
think
because he doesn't like you.
He doesn't
He
like
runs on hate.
Yeah, it's the hate. It's flowing through him.
Oh
He's
my
the
God.
last of
Everyone
the
goes
Sith.
to sleep and he moves the pillows aside and it's just a picture of Phil. Just like,
He's like that dog.
He's still alive.
I hate it so much. There's nothing I want more than to love your dog.
And he fucking hates you.
Hates me.
the only person he growls at.
Yeah, no one else. Except for some girlfriends that were not good for me, so.
Oh, so he
you know.
sounds
I
the
don't
same.
know.
Wait a
No,
second.
Dennis, go,
Pattern.
Dennis.
Oh, well, Christmas my Christmases depend on when we're talking, because over the last decade, I just go to my sister's.
Bring us
Modern day.
Bring us through
Yeah.
from your earliest
us-
memory
Okay.
Paint us the picture.
to right now.
Back in the day, my little sister and I used to wake up at 4 a.m, and then we would go down to the tree and separate everyone's gifts into piles, and then we would quote unquote go back to bed, aka wait an
Jacket.
hour,
Oh.
then go to the parents and then shake them awake.
Jacket.
Yes, jacket. Sir, we would just jack each other off.
No, his sister would jacket.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
Eggnog.
Yeah. And then eventually my parents would wake up about 6 a.m. and then we would open up the gifts and then fuck around with them for a while and then have dinner, normal jazz.
Sounds like a very calm, non-hillbilly shit Christmas.
Then,
The strippers would arrive.
strippers.
And
were up.
that's when the day
Which was
got
Nana.
crazy.
Oh,
Nana.
Just finished her shift at the local store.
yeah, exactly.
Half a mile away.
She's in the mood.
Is that a thong? Well, it depends.
Her muscles were warmed up, so she's just going to go right into it. She's still limber. And then after, I would say when I turned 14 or 15 and I really started to hate my mother, I would write Hail Satan on the back of her Christmas cards. And then when I'm downstairs playing my video games, it's sort of like a little fun game I'd play with myself where it's like, how long does it take her to turn the Hallmark card around and see Hail Satan? Because she would yell out, Danny Lee! And I'd be like, oh, she found it.
So your mom is pretty religious?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, super, super religious. They made me go to church until I was 18. That was the rule. When you're 18, you can make your own decisions. Great. I'm not gonna go to church.
You can fuck, you can vote, and you don't have to go to church.
That's exactly right.
That sounds pretty great.
Yeah, but
But you can't buy a beer.
there were 7 or 8 Christmases in a row where I had the flu the day of Christmas, which was just lovely.
As if like writing Hail Satan on your mom's Christmas cards.
It was before that time. I actually got better after writing.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Weird.
But and then now these days I stop by my parents to drop off a couple gift cards, and then I go to my sister's house, and then we exchange some gifts, and then we go to my brother-in-law's parents' house for a normal Christmas. And we have fried oysters and other foods.
Possum.
No possum.
Oh.
They're Maryland, so they're not quite as
so
hillbilly.
they just put Old Bay
Crabs.
on everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Old Bay possum.
Old
Good.
Bay ice cream.
T-Money?
Old Bay beer.
Growing up, my family always did the 2 different sets of grandparents' Christmas.
Yep.
So there were always 2 Christmases. So one we'd go to Pittsburgh, one we'd go to New Jersey. I remember my earliest Christmas memory was we were coming back from my mom's side of the family's Christmas, and we were staying at a hotel on the way back for some reason, and someone broke into our car and stole all of our Christmas presents.
Oh,
I think I was like 4, and
that's
so,
a straight up Christmas special.
yeah, it was pretty awful. I know we cried for a long time, and then we got back home, and my grandfather came by the next week and brought me a new present, except he brought me like a toy like construction set where you like get hammers and shit like that. And I was like, I don't want this shit. I fucking hate it. I think he wanted me to be more manly. But oh well. And there was always like a lot of food around. My grandma makes like 10 different kinds of cookies and nut bread and banana bread and zucchini bread. So it was always like an eating holiday. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking hate Christmas.
Hold on real quick, John. So, are you working at 10 or are you not working tonight?
I am not working tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Whew.
Whew.
It's next week?
No, I got an email being like, shift reminder, Tuesday, December 4th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
No.
You're serving. What?
That's
And I just looked and it was like
2 hours ago. No.
Okay, no, okay, all right, no, we're good.
John,
Yes, Phil.
John, how do you feel once December hits? Do
Oh, I hate it.
you search the radio constantly looking for Christmas songs?
No, I bash the radio until it stops.
Do you feel the same way you feel when September ends?
Yes.
All right.
My favorite meme is when it says December 1st and it's the Undertaker coming straight up, and it's like Mariah Carey.
Oh God,
I love it. It gets me wet.
No, fucking.
I've seen that with the Aquaman one with.
The local college station, right after Thanksgiving, starts playing Christmas music.
There's 91.1 WZBT.
It's a wonderful station.
9/11.
Except for the...
Also 103.3, also 101.3, also
Well,
some other
John,
stations.
This is worse. This is worse because the college station is
No.
always awesome.
Yeah, Tristan's more important.
Yeah.
And then... it's my Christmas story. And
still
unfortunately,
the ghost of Tristan's Christmas story is coming.
Christmas-
Past is coming back.
Christmas comes and goes, and I come back from wherever I am, and I turn on the college radio station. I'm really excited. It still plays fucking Christmas music because those motherfuckers are on break until mid-January, and they keep playing Christmas music until someone comes and changes
So
it.
we
What?
lose one of the better radio stations.
Wow.
For about 2 months of the year.
It fucking
Blows.
sucks.
John, why do you hate Christmas so much?
Oh, so my story is a tale of two Christmases.
Oh boy.
As they all are.
All right, buckle in, kids. This roundtable discussion's gonna last for the next 18 hours.
We gather around the corpse of Nana, crush up Ambien,
Where's the
and snort
vodka?
it.
It's about to get real Russian.
So my
Only one of us can eat.
but all
One
of us
can
can
eat,
drink.
one can drink, but only one can poop and pee.
Idea for the Comrade Kalecast. I keep an empty Stolokanaya bottle there that I just fill with water and use as a water bottle.
I think it's funny.
Good idea. All right.
John, why do you hate it again?
So, before I get into why I hate it,
We have to understand the meaning of why.
no,
What
it's
is
really
the
not that
beginning of
complicated.
Christmas and commercialism and
All right, just for the listener, Phil and I both just leaned back as far as we can in preparation. So that's just imagine it as you will.
or dragons.
Imagine.
So my parents divorced when I was like 3. So I've always had, Christmas with my mom's family, Christmas with my dad's family. With my mom's family, we always had Christmas dinner at our house. So the entire day, regardless of waking up and opening presents and doing all that other bullshit, that day was cleaning and scraping shit and vacuuming and washing windows, and it was basically yell at the kids day because we weren't contributing enough.
Fa la la la, fuck that.
Yeah,
And then your dad at
for
Christmas at the mortuary.
about 10 or so years.
John, have you ever done the 23andMe thing? Because I think you might find a lot of Grinch blood in you.
Probably.
That's pretty terrible.
I mean, I am the only person here wearing a Santa hat.
yeah.
It's true.
Now, my dad's side of the family, they, so my grandparents, we always had Christmas dinner there. It was always not on the Christmas day. It was like a weekend before, weekend after. Sometime everybody could get together. They didn't really give a shit. And at some point, before I was born, my grandparents decided, everybody does turkey. Everybody does ham. Fuck that shit. We're going to do shrimp.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
My
So
parents
every
did shrimp too.
Yeah, every year we go there, we get a giant Santa Claus face full of shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That's fucking awesome.
Fucking gross.
We get, some of us aren't allergic to pussy.
Those poor scrimpies. What is that?
Are you a vegetarian?
No, I don't.
Hold on. I'm gonna knife your story real quick.
Shrimps are
That's fine.
adorable.
What? Said no one ever.
I think they're super cute.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm
fucking
weird for
little
this,
monsters.
but I think they're super cute.
insects.
They live in the little fingers. Just oh hey, I'm a shrimp.
If that's what fingers taste.
I eat poop and garbage. I think they're adorable.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm weird.
Back to idiot number 2.
Idiot number 2.
So I'd have like a more authentic, I don't know what the fuck that means, Christmas experience where we would like gather around and have dinner and open presents, and one of the children would be designated to go into the den, which is like off to the side somewhere, and get all the presents out and put them under the tree and organize them, and we'd all just have a good time.
Like the den bitch.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Who gets to play Santa Claus?
Was it you
That's how
every
you
year?
frame that.
No, not every
Oh,
year.
okay.
Just some years.
Just most years.
And then recently, both my sides of the family have just started not really giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like every year, my mom is like, "Hey, do you want to come over Christmas morning? We'll give you some gifts. You give me some gifts." And then, 2 hours later, we part ways. I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds cool."
She's just waiting for the day that her son's cool enough to give her weed, and it never happens.
It never happens.
No,
Well,
she's
that's 'cause
actually looking
maybe
for some
they-
harder shit.
She's a staunch Republican, so
Wax
she's
or
not into
heroin?
weed. She's into fentanyl.
It's true.
I was going to say like
Coke.
Xanax or something, but all right.
That's an everyday thing.
Let's go fentanyl. The stuff that the dark web is deciding to no longer sell.
Yeah.
Criminals, you're better than pharmacies.
So, my life becomes hell the day that my parents decide they want a Christmas tree. Now, in a normal family, this is a loving experience. Everybody goes out,
It's
maybe
never.
gets hot cocoa, some marshmallows.
So do
As-
you go and harvest the tree yourselves?
We do.
Okay.
You cut it down?
Yes.
Oh.
Axe or saw?
How long does it take to choose a tree?
Please.
I'm just sorry. All right,
Shut
I'm
up.
not trying to pimp you here.
Does your
You go
dad
ahead,
sing
you
in
go
a
ahead.
deep, soothing baritone the whole time?
So there's a couple tree farms around my parents' property, out on the outside suburbs of Philadelphia, and we go so that we can find, in my mother's eyes, the most perfect Christmas tree
Oh, fuck
every
off.
fucking year.
Oh god.
So when I lived close to them, it was my responsibility to go with them and saw down with a handsaw.
Is that why your hands are so strong?
Wait. How old were you when this tradition began?
As long as I can remember.
That's why his hands
So
are so huge.
4, 5?
So my
months?
father
3,
used to do it.
2.
He used to cut it down, and then it was around.
I mean,
10
I
to
hardly remember high
13.
school. I just so
It was then
19.
I'm what? I'm 32.
So 6 months ago. That's as far as your memory goes. Got it. You're just making all these memories up.
Anyway, yeah.
He lives in the moment.
No, it's me. It's me who lives in a
Literally.
2-week window. We've established
Oh.
that.
So it normally takes about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours
For a child to handsaw a tree.
to find the perfect tree
Oh no.
that we're going to cut down.
Fuck that.
Now, there's always that family when you go to a tree farm that
You don't want that
is
much space between the limbs.
screaming and yelling at each other, and it's not fun. That is my family.
And they're always wasps for some reason.
And you're just screaming at your mother that you need to take a poop, so she stops
Well,
talking.
I mean,
She
it's a
never does.
tree farm. You poop anywhere you want, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're basically doing them a service.
Yeah, you're fertilizing the ground so that new trees can come up. So it takes us about almost 2.5 hours to find one, and I cut it down every year. I don't do this anymore, thankfully, because I've moved that just far enough distance away where
It's too far to drive.
too far of a drive for a tree. When I lived in Lancaster, they would come to Lancaster, and we would go to a tree farm out in Lancaster, which is an hour drive, 45-minute drive to my parents' house. But without a doubt, every year, once we get the tree up inside the house, the tree is awful. And my mother hates it, and it's ugly, and it's bare all over. So this is, like I said, this is Thunderdome. I mean, there is no fun times at Christmas. I'm not cleaning windows like John was doing,
It's a Cinderella story.
but it's very...
I got your glass slipper, John.
So that's how, that's when hell begins. Every tree is always minimum 7 to 10 feet tall.
Well, your
That's
parents'
outrageous.
house is huge.
It's not that big.
I've seen videos of it.
Videos? What videos have you been watching of my parents?
The one you showed me in your house.
Hold on.
What kind of
Sidebar.
videos are my
no.
parents
Sidebar to
shooting?
your sidebar. Do you have cameras set up?
No, but he did show me a video that he made in high school where his friend took a... No, this wasn't in his house, but it was his friend's parents' cat litter box. Took a shit in it. But
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, I have.
there's videos
I've
of
got
you in your
videos
house.
of my
yeah.
parents'
I
house.
was thinking. I was going creepy.
I have skateboard videos that I made. from high school.
They do a lot of really cool tricks.
Oh, dude.
He's got bathroom videos
Over and over.
inside the toilet, above
ollie.
the toilet.
Oh, no, just go. No, you don't even ollie or.
That's not me.
It's
kick
just up and
flip
over.
Phil is the owner of mymomshits.com.
So that's part one. Getting the tree is shitty. Part two is they decorate their house every year. For someone who loves Christmas, my mother fucking destroys my father every year during Christmas. He's 69 right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Happy favorite birthday, Dad. And he's like, yeah. But his ass still has to get out there and hang lights on the house on a ladder. He's not a small dude. He's a big, jolly motherfucker. My son calls him...
Hire a fucking pool boy or something.
My son calls him Papa Ho Ho. Just if that makes sense of what my father looks like. So, for Christmas travel, what I used to do is I would go to my parents' Christmas Eve. As a family, we would watch a movie together. I would get shit-faced and then go through Christmas hungover normally.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I did it. We would go from my parents' house.
Because it's going to be miserable anyway. You might as well already be
Feel
miserable.
sick.
You may as well own it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would start at my parents' house, then go to Suzanne's parents' house.
Make the pain work for you.
Then what we would do is go to
Danny's parents' house.
Philadelphia proper and drive into Philadelphia to see her grandfather. Then we would drive to Jersey to see my extended family. And then
Should we mix families, Phil?
8 or 9 o'clock at night is then the time that it was suitable for us to leave and go all the way back to Shippensburg, which is a 3-hour drive from New Jersey.
So you guys are just going to stay over there.
Oh, it was insane. And we did this same pattern for
Awful.
10 years. 10 years we did this.
What? Fuck that.
So now this year, it's just her parents are coming up to our house Christmas
Catholics?
Eve. Catholics?
Isn't that why you had mass?
No. He's Catholic.
Oh.
She's
She's
not Catholic.
Jewish.
She's Catholic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's Jewish. Catholics. You're right. Catholic. Sorry.
So now her parents come up. We do a small Christmas there so we can cut out her parents' house trip. And then we go to my parents. And then we end at my parents. So there's no Jersey trip or any of that fucking bullshit anymore. But also in years past, I have had multiple injuries on Christmas. Does anybody want to get into some insane Christmas stories about what they remember from their childhood?
Sure.
You got one?
Yeah.
Do you have one? I know you guys just smoke weed and like pass out watching Scooby-Doo and shit, Austin. But do you have anything weird?
No, we don't watch Scooby-Doo. We all watch different things. My mom watches BBC dramas. My dad watches How It's Made. And I watch them just melt into couches. That's the evening.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
I actually used to hate decorating the house growing up, but last year when I was dating Marta, which is a Patreon special for you, not at $15, I actually had a lot of fun going and picking out a tree because we accidentally tied her doors together before we got in the car. So we had to untie the tree from the car. Whoops. She's like, "Oh well, let's put the windows down and then tie through." Yeah, the problem is you can't. You gotta open the door and put the rope through.
Yeah, you gotta open the door and put the rope.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work too well. So
I mean, unless you NASCAR it.
yeah. So, but we got her a tree and
Duke and the boys.
decorated her house and then banged in front of the tree a whole bunch. So that was a much better Christmas than what I'm used to.
I didn't realize that Dennis dated the public transit system from Philly.
No, it's from Atlanta.
That's
Atlanta.
Oh, my
God,
bad.
you fucked it up.
Philly SEPTA.
SEPTA.
Atlanta actor.
But I only have one crazy story from growing up
That's what I heard.
one Christmas,
Yeah.
and that was when I quote unquote sent my sister to the ER.
Yeah, ER Christmas stories.
Yes.
Oh,
I've got
So
one too.
there was a Christmas where we both got
Jingle bells.
bicycles and sleds. These are not related in this story. I'm just saying that's
You guys got bicycle sleds?
Bicycle
Wow!
sleds. So it happened to be one of those Christmases where we did have a bunch of snow, and the house where I used to live, there was a steep hill of about 50, 60 yards that went about a 45-degree angle or so. So it was pretty good. So we would run up to the top of the hill, sled down. The sleds have a rope in the middle, 2 handles on the sides.
Those terrifying ones.
Yes, and it was shaped almost like a bullet. So mine got a lot of speed to it.
Did you have the metal?
No,
treads
these
to
were
it?
these were plastic.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Good.
My
Not great.
family
but,
used to have
but
the metal
better.
ones.
What, those rosebuds?
Holy fuck.
Yeah, my family used to have those.
I had a rosebud for a while.
But so we're sledding down this hill, and then at one point my sister was about to go, so I gave her a push. So she started to go down the hill. She pulls the rope, thinking it's a brake.
Oh.
She keeps pulling it to the left,
No.
which makes the sled go
to the
to
left.
the right.
Oh no, that's right. That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
pull it to the left, you go to the right. So she's pulling the sled to the left, veering to the right. To the right is the garden, and then a boulder. So she keeps on veering.
She's not figuring out.
No, she just keeps pulling it.
The
thinking,
tactical issues that she's facing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she hits the garden, which is still covered in snow, but then hits the tomato fence, which is a ramp. Ramps off of the tomato fence. The
Into
sled
the boulder?
flies away, and she goes head first into this very, very large boulder.
Yes.
And I run down laughing my
Is
ass
that
off.
why she is the way she is?
No, she was terrible before that.
Okay.
This improved her.
Yeah. Run down there laughing at her, and she turns her head, and her entire face is covered in blood.
Well, head wounds bleed a lot.
The whole thing's covered in blood.
To be fair.
And I go, oh, okay. I run inside. Mama, yeah, Minnie's covered in blood. So they then took her and rushed her to the ER, and they spent 8 hours in the ER to get, I forget how many stitches were put in her head. But to this day, she blames me because I pushed her. Yes.
You only started her descent.
So is that
Like a
why
good
you-
brother starting her down the descent of a sled hill that you guys wanted to go
Did you
down.
say Slut Hill? Because you'd be correct.
Yeah, I mean, like a good brother, you pushed her down
Hey
the
man,
sled hill.
head wounds.
She hit every boulder on the way down.
That's right.
Head wounds. You never know.
Is this the one that you're not good with?
Yes, that's the one sister I'm not
So
good
Dennis, in retrospect, if you had just not gone to get your parents,
with. She would've
would your
bled to
life be
death.
better?
It would probably be better, yeah.
Okay.
Or if you just pushed her a little harder.
Could've
A
been
little harder.
Could have been a Christmas miracle.
Pull harder to the left. Harder to the left. There's poles over there.
And then right when you get towards it, pull right.
Yeah. No, those sleds were fucking dangerous because I once sled, when I went down, I actually went under my dad's trucks because I couldn't get the sled to stop even with like trying to roll off. My
Your
coat
dad
got
had
stuck
multiple trucks?
in the sled. He owns an excavation company.
Did they run?
Yeah, they all run.
All over his uncle's head.
Now that was the door of the dump truck. But that's
Okay.
another
Cheers.
another
Different holiday story.
Arbor
Yeah.
Day.
But yeah, so that was probably the craziest thing that happened on Christmas.
Remember, patrons, listen in for our Arbor Day Patreon.
Unless you're counting the time
roundtable.
where my gifts got taken away before Christmas.
What did you do for that?
My mother
Touched himself.
put the
No,
gifts.
no. What did you do?
No, I know. You got to set
Okay.
this up.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah,
paint
my
the
mother
picture,
wrapped the
paint
gifts
picture.
and stuck them in the living room
Ah.
weeks before Christmas.
Oh, tantalizing you.
Yes.
That's-
So I ripped the corner of the package to see what was in it. She saw the rip, figured that I did it, and immediately returned all my gifts to the store. Not
Damn,
even
dude.
just the one I took
That's harsh.
a look at. All the gifts went back to the store that
Your
were for
mom's a
me.
bitch.
Holy
Oh, I almost forgot. 2 years ago.
Hold on. How old were you?
9. Wow. Maybe.
Single digits.
Yeah,
You had a
single-
Christmas without gifts.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, no, she let me keep the clothes because she knew I didn't give a hot fuck about that.
Oh, great. That's
And she wasn't going to bring you back out shopping.
It
for
was a
clothes.
Lego Technic set, like
sidebar.
a
Hey,
giant
guys.
one.
Hold on,
I
Dennis.
think we figured it out. I think we figured out why Dennis is so insane.
It's his mom.
It's that one fucking Christmas.
I'm
Or
pretty
just
sure it's not
generally
just
his
that
mom.
one.
9
yeah.
years old.
I got way worse.
He didn't get
mom
that
stories.
SNES.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that. Every year I asked for a Nintendo. Never got one.
Oh, so here's my
Never got
story.
one.
Oh, I didn't get a Nintendo because I couldn't tie my shoes.
What?
It wasn't even off.
At the-
I
my-
was
Is
just
that a
not
Christmas
allowed.
story or is that a...
I was just a
no,
aside.
don't. We don't have.
We
to
can have a
decide.
round table
yeah,
about our
it's another-
crazy
it's another
families
thing,
another
yeah.
night.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
So
That
one
would
year,
be- that would be 8 hours long.
I went to the extreme of what you did. I didn't just rip a corner open. I
just throw the
found
whole thing?
I found all my presents for Christmas, and what I did was, at that time, I had a Nintendo 64.
Lucky ass bitch.
So I was familiar with the shape of a Nintendo 64 games box. So I knew I only asked for 2 games. They were both wrapped in my parents' closet. So I took a gamble. I said, okay, this is either going to be Mario 64 or NFL Blitz.
Both great games.
It's going to be one of both.
Both great games.
I'm going to be happy with either one of these. My parents are asleep. I'm going to open this. So what I did was, my mother is a very meticulous, very origami-esque rapper. So
Mine too.
I believe you mean rapist, because
Yes.
I mean, does she drop fat beats and
The fattest.
lines
Yep.
when
the
she
fattest.
spit hot fire while
So rapping granny.
PK
getting
fire.
through that
She makes money
Yuletide?
moves. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
So I took a butter knife and I cut everywhere that there was a Scotch tape line and memorized how to put it back together. So when I did open it, thankfully it was Mario 64,
Best game.
popped it in and played for 4 hours that night. To the point where, like, the sun is starting to come up. I'm hearing wrestling in the other room of my parents. So what I do is I take Scotch tape, I tape up the side of the cellophane on the Nintendo box, and then rewrap my mom's present, and then shove it back into the closet in the den, as if nothing ever happened.
Tell me you got away with this.
I got completely away with it because when I opened the present, I know I cut the cellophane down the side of the game box, so I held that side in my hand when I opened it, concealing the cut on the plastic.
Oh, you sneaky fucker!
Yeah, no, I
Nice.
Yeah, well,
He's Italian.
Yeah, well,
yeah, it's
hey,
what I
whoa,
do.
hey.
But that was the only time that I found presents and decided tonight was the night that I'm going to open them and start playing with them.
Yeah, I mean, just to reiterate, I always hated Christmas because I never got the Nintendo that I wanted, and I just got clothes and books all the time.
Yeah, but they wanted to build a bright future of education, and video games
Yeah.
are evil then.
But look, now you're an English major, so that worked out.
I did a great job. I did what was easy because I had already done it.
I already know this language. It's my home language.
So other than being Oliver Twist, John, and cleaning windows and mopping the floor like Annie, do you have any weird or shitty...
So every year
Oh boy, here we go.
we would go to
Hold on,
on.
sidebar. Do you want to lean back?
I'm leaning
Phil,
back.
you want to lean back? All right. You're not going to hear from us for a bit. Or if you do, it's going to be shit quality. Can I have some motion?
so every year we would go to candlelight service at church on Christmas Eve.
What kind of church?
Lutheran.
Oh.
As close as to Catholic as you can be without actually being Catholic.
It's Catholic
Without
light.
getting touched.
Or it's like Catholic light lime.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go to Mass Christmas Eve, 10 p.m. at night.
And then we would also go first thing in the morning, Christmas Day.
That's crazy.
That's horseshit.
What?
You all can understand why I'm not religious anymore.
But did you get a Nintendo?
No.
God damn it.
One year we were doing this.
He got the Bible stories on the NES.
You know, we're in the middle. We're nearing the end of candlelight service. Everybody has their candles lit. Everybody's starting to sing Silent Night. I have the flu.
Oh, great.
So in the middle of everybody singing Silent Night and having little candles up, I start violently vomiting in the middle of church.
Nice.
Are you sure it was the flu and it wasn't the rampant?
I got real sick when I walked in the building.
Yeah, it was
put the holy
something
water on
about
me.
that place.
It's because you wrote Hail Satan on the back of your mom's Christmas card.
His head was
No,
also
it's because we got communion that night.
his head was also spinning around while he was projectile vomiting.
You drank communion that night, John?
No,
Wow.
not that night.
My
So-
parents always took me to a Mennonite church when I was growing up.
Brethren. I was brethren. Pacifists.
I feel like I was part of the
Cult.
baby manger thing, but we didn't really. I don't know if I was really allowed to do that.
I had the greatest Christmas and the worst Christmas
Fuck you, Phil.
all rolled into one.
I thought we already talked about A Tale of Two Christmases.
Yeah.
This is the one Christmas.
No, it's one Christmas.
One Christmas.
A Tale of Two Christmases too.
There can be only one Christmas.
Two Christmases, one cup.
Christmas strikes back.
So this is. I was living up in Maine, and I was young, very young, and that Christmas I remember getting the Technodrome, Ninja Turtles
Big toy.
sphere.
Yeah.
I got a Raphael nose piece eye bandit in size,
Fuck yeah.
and I got an NES,
Fuck you.
Nintendo.
Yeah, fuck you.
It was a Ninja Turtle Christmas. I was great.
Turtles in Time.
Fucking just
Nailed it.
sighing everywhere. Had my little bandana on with the nose piece and the mouthpiece.
The childhood I wanted.
I had it. It was great.
I hate you.
And later on that day, me and my sister were out front, just messing around as kids do, on the giant ice patch that I have out front. So we're messing around and we're pushing each other on the ice, and silly things are happening. And she had
All of
a
a sudden I was inside her.
Chest cavity
you have a sister?
with his hand.
He does.
So
Could I meet her at
Trying
your
to make it
wedding?
less weird and more violent.
yes. So what
She's
happened?
the one with chains in her basement.
Yes.
That one.
So
2 chains?
what happened was we're pushing each other, and
This way. It was frothy the last time. No. Oh. It's a dick move, Tristan.
There's also 12 of them in the fridge behind you.
Ha ha! But your hand spice makes it
Phil,
so much better.
continue.
I'm trying.
Always Coca-Cola.
So now the pushing and fighting gets not friendly anymore. And I go in for a bite. Because when I was younger, I was a biter.
Where?
And what happened was...
Where'd you go for the bite?
Well, I was going... it had to be up. It had to be around her neck area.
For
Because...
the jugular.
Shut up. What happened was... I got her jacket zipper stuck on my tooth. And she pushed me back,
Oh.
then ripping the tooth out of my mouth, and I hit my head on the ice behind me,
Nice.
cracking my head open.
Nice.
So she got a 2-for-1, and I'm bleeding on both sides of my head.
Stab!
Stand.
She got a twofer.
A twofer.
Hey.
You know, as you were telling me this story, I imagined it as like Mortal Kombat X, where you get the skeletal picture of the tooth getting ripped out and then his head slamming on the ice.
It's
and
exactly what happened.
just
So unfortunately,
fatality.
Austin is an only child and never had the joy of having a fist fight with your siblings.
I agree. I just had fist fights with other people.
I was saying, I have 5 siblings and we never had a fist fight.
My brother...
Because they were 18 years older than me.
I
Why
have
would
a
ever do that?
permanent dent in my shin from my brother.
Was this during Christmas?
He punched you in the shin so hard.
No. Okay, so what happened was...
Hold on, is this a Christmas story?
No.
Is this a
Yeah,
Christmas story?
yeah.
Is it-
No, okay.
One time in the week before...
in Christmas.
One time at Christmas.
One time, the week before Christmas in high school, my brother was a senior and I was a sophomore, and I walked up behind him and I gave him a big hug from behind and picked him up, and to his response was he kicked his foot forward and then heeled it back
Oh, he donkey
right into my
kicked
shin.
you.
Yeah, it was awful. It's like, I think it's broken.
'Tis the season.
And then I threw him down the stairs.
What about
What
favorite gifts you've gotten throughout the years? Does anybody have a memory of?
I got a really good pair of socks once. I still have them, actually. I got them when I was 15, and they're still comfortable.
Wow, that lasted 30 years?
Yeah, it's no more than no
More than 30 years.
no. Oh wait, 19 years,
That's good.
asshole.
Well done. Well done.
3 years ago, my parents gave everybody pictures of
Divorce
themselves.
papers.
No, that'd be too.
That's funny.
That'd be too lucky for my dad. No, they gave pictures of themselves to everyone. You get to pick what size picture you wanted of my parents.
19 by 22.
I took the biggest size so I
Yeah.
could have the frame. The picture is somewhere in a box.
And then
But
you
why
roll
did you
it up
burn
and
it, you
smoke
idiot?
it.
My dad looks nice in the picture.
Fuck.
That's my
Best
favorite.
Best
present.
gifts.
John,
So 2 years ago, let's roll this back. So when I was a kid, I was really into cooking, but apparently in the 90s, as a child, you're not supposed to be into cooking. As a boy, because that's a woman's thing.
Yeah, that's
still
when
is.
like all those famous chefs and everything were doing all of their major work.
Yeah.
But it wasn't televised.
that's right.
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't.
what? Fuck that.
Well, that's the problem.
I took home ec.
Men are good cooks.
I was a fucking boss at home ec, except for
So-
sewing.
So as a
Oh
kid,
yeah, it's terrible.
I always wanted an easy bake oven.
That is what I
Not-
asked for too.
Not because it was an easy bake oven. I wanted something to actually like cook shit with
Yeah, right.
as a child, and be able to safely
They had a boys
learn
version.
how to do shit.
Did they?
Never.
Hold on, John. Sidebar. Dennis,
Yeah, they had a boys
they
version.
had a boys version of the
Yeah.
Easy Bake Oven?
You made gummy bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck
that was
that.
bullshit.
I don't make gummy bugs. I want to make food.
I want to make
Creepy
a fucking
crawlers.
pineapple
We don't live-
upside down
we
cake.
don't live in some Polynesian fucking island where you eat gigantic cicadas
No, but I live
on
in a
the
place
grill.
where I can eat gummies.
But every
John?
12 years.
All right, back to
So
John.
for the longest time, it's the thing that I wanted, and that after a couple of years of wanting that, I gave up on my dream, much like many of my fellow millennials
Everyone at this table.
gave
Not
up on
me.
their dreams. Will give up on their dreams at some point,
Of being an alcoholic?
and
It's not a dream.
pretty
It's a reality.
and then 2 years ago, when I was 25, my mom gave me an Easy Bake Oven and a lobster claw oven mitt.
I like
And
your mom
just
more
like
and more.
a bunch of kitchen shit that I wanted. I was like,
From the
this
list you found from when you were 8?
is- yeah.
John still likes this stuff. I'm pretty sure.
I have a real
Here you go,
one,
you little
Mom.
bitch.
The Donatello pizza cutter. No, I liked it because it was thoughtful of my mom to actually get me
That
that.
is nice.
After 20 some years.
Yeah, still waiting on my Nintendo. Had to buy it myself.
I gotta say,
One time my cousin came for Christmas, and like
Ew.
I'm super jealous of my cousin's
Life?
life in general. In
Is
retrospect,
this a Scottish cousin? That has
no,
a band?
that's my second cousin. Who?
Oh.
Why my dream is to be an alcoholic, because my parents sent me to Scotland when I was 17, unsupervised, with a 34-year-old alcoholic Scottish man
Oh,
to
no.
lead me around Scotland.
Oh.
That's why the way I am. Anyway, my cousins who lived from Carolina, Connecticut, and then San Diego for the longest period. They came by for one Christmas, and my one cousin was really bored and told me we should raid my parents' liquor cabinet, so we did. And we did get away with it because
Sounds
everyone
exactly.
was asleep. There, and it was like I knew, like they only had the same liqueurs they'd had there since they got married, like 15 years earlier. So, got drunk at my parents' house Christmas Eve.
And they never checked.
I mean, I don't think they would have known what the levels looked like because they know it was the same bottles. It was
Yeah,
like
true.
Jacqueline's apricot brandy,
Jacqueline's.
whatever.
Joaquin's?
Joaquin,
Joaquin's.
you have a favorite Christmas present, Mr.
Oh.
Number
I know-
munchers. That was
what,
good.
What was your favorite Pez dispenser you got?
Yoda,
Vader.
Optimus
Hold on,
Prime,
did you say Bader?
Yeah.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Ruth
Yeah.
That would have been my favorite fucking one now.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But, Ginsburg. No, Supreme Court justice-based Pez dispensers for me. A lot of them were Star Wars based because I was really
'Cause your
into
mom
Star
knows what's
Wars
up,
as a
yep.
kid. And yeah, she was with it.
Your mom's a good gift giver.
Yeah.
I like your mom.
Your mom's funny.
Can she come play a show with us? Patreon sometime?
That'd be
She could sub for you. You wouldn't have to be there at the time.
That would be best. That would be best, at least right now. Yeah, no, that'd be good. Have fun though with that, you guys. Have fun. Every episode will be like 3 hours.
Perfect.
Favorite gift? I don't know.
Dennis, can we have your mom here for an episode?
No, please no. I met her once.
Is she like satanic panic?
There'd be no profanity allowed.
Say Santanic panic. It's a panic about Santana.
Santana.
I mean,
She really hates
not-
Carlos Santana.
Yeah, because of the Latin temptation.
Exactly.
The Latin temptation of Christ.
Makes my britches itchy.
itchy.
But he's an immigrant, so I can't
That
feel that
involves
way about
healing,
him.
and I feel like there's none of that going on. I don't know. I feel like I don't have a. I don't really get. I've never really gotten like anything big for Christmas because we wanted it to be a really like mostly family thing,
Sure.
and it was always necessities, and the other big gifts came before or after, and they always made that a point to not make Christmas the time of year where I know I'm going to be getting something that I want versus if I make a good point and a decent argument.
Because you're not a goddamn consumer.
I was raised to not be one, but hey, here we are, Americans.
Getting that sale beer, real good.
Yeah,
There
this is
was
good.
I'd like to revise my favorite gift. When I was 16, I got Diablo 2 for a PC. It was great.
Ooh,
Thank you.
99. My grandma from North Jersey, she lived in Nutley, real Italian, got me a jumpsuit that the bandmates in Slipknot used to wear.
Fuck you, Phil.
Numbered
What?
and everything. Which they only sold at Hot Topic.
Were you into
Phil, do you
Slipknot at the
still
time?
have it?
I don't.
Oh,
But what it means
Come
is
on.
my grandmother at the age of 80 whatever went into Hot Topic and bought something in the 90s.
That seems
So-
edgy.
hold on. I don't think I want to hang out with your parents. I would love to hang out with your grandma.
Well, she's metal as shit. She's in a graveyard somewhere in North Jersey.
but like, time travel back. She won. Looked that up.
She also, what I did, remember those Columbia House ads where like they had the list of CDs on there?
Oh, that was shit was
Yeah.
the best.
So I
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to fill them out because like I'm bored here at my grandma's house. So she would always mail those in, and she would then have the CDs there
That's
for
great.
me.
That's a fucking great grandma.
Yeah. She was a hard ass, but she knew what was up.
See, my grandfather on my mom's side was the best. He used to take me to the mall and give me $10 to go play at the arcade while he went
That's a
probably to the
long
bar.
time.
Yeah, I had an awesome he would take my cousin. This was a Christmas time too because it was my mom had two sisters and we would go visit their parents in Pittsburgh and grandfather would take us all to the mall and he would give the three boys money to go play at the arcade while he did whatever
Was
at
it
the mall.
quarter token? Like, did they take quarters or tokens?
Tokens.
Tokens is always better.
Tokens
with $10.
was the shit because you put $10 and you've got like a fucking
People are
sack full
like,
of
walking
tokens.
in with $2 and getting
Yeah.
tokens.
Mhm.
Oh,
And this was the early 90s. So, yes.
Yeah.
And then my older cousin would always just crush me repeatedly at Mortal Kombat.
All my grandparents are dead.
Yeah, show of hands who has,
Never really
who has
had to worry
grandparents
about
still
that.
alive.
Me too, brother.
Actually, at the time, one grandparent, but super racist.
All of them,
I have-
as far as I know.
I have a grandparent left.
No more.
Of four.
Mine
all
died
of my
in January, apparently.
all of my blood-related grandparents died.
Of alcoholism?
No, of cancer. I think
You should quit smoking.
about.
Same thing.
No, none of them smoked. It was
Yeah.
always something else.
It's just most
One was
Asbestos.
leukemia, and it was brain cancer.
Mm.
Another, it was cancer, but no one ever found out which one.
Right.
But my other grandparents just died like in the past year or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that actually were in my life.
Yeah.
The ones that I'm not related to. They were awesome.
Hippies.
Yeah. Foremost expert on turtles in the entire world
That's
for
awesome.
about like 23 years.
Nice.
And then someone challenged him, and he's like,
To a turtle knowledge off?
I'm 80. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Invited him
awesome.
over to his house, gave him dinner. It's a cool story, but completely
It's like
unrelated.
Christmas.
Yeah, unrelated.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have a nice little Christmas with my last remaining grandparent. My grandma is coming in for the 17th. of December. It's gonna be great.
Write it down, patrons.
Come, show up. She's making way too many cookies.
Patrons, come to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. We're having cookies.
And
And grandmas.
And gin.
And we're having a grandma, all right?
Cookies, eggnog, and gin.
Never had eggnog.
She has diabetes and will call you by the wrong name.
What? Hold on.
I've
Hold
never
on.
had it.
Dennis, what the fuck did you just say?
Everyone keeps telling me eggnog's gross. I've never had
You've
it.
never had eggnog?
Everywhere I've ever been,
You
they've
would
never
love
had
it. You would love eggnog.
Dennis, can you stop trusting other people?
Listen to the people
implicitly?
around your table.
No, I'm just saying it's never been around me.
Listen
I
to
hate
your
eggnog.
heart.
It would be. I think it's gross. You
Yeah.
would love it
It's
why
fucking
would
awesome.
Okay, why would I love it if you think
because
gross?
it's sweet as fuck.
It's very sweet.
What's the texture?
Milk.
Do you like milk?
Thick milk.
There's a Patreon video talking about why. I
Do you
don't
like
milk.
smoothies?
I love smoothies.
Yeah, it's so. Think of a
Egg
one of those,
smoothie.
Nature's Promise.
Don't think about it like that.
No.
Come on.
It's raw eggs that are just blended up with brandy.
It's pasteurized. No, so it's like a between milk and a milkshake,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's
very
sweet as
sweet.
fuck.
So if a McDonald's milkshake thaws out and doesn't have that thickness, that's the viscosity of eggnog.
Okay. What's it taste like?
Delicious.
Aside from
Sugar,
being sweet.
cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Okay.
And
like-
with
it's like
hint of
drinking a
alcohol.
pie.
And
Like I said,
some next
no
week.
place I've ever been has had
depends
it.
on how you
Like,
mix it, Phil.
No party ever has eggnog. Nobody I know
I
likes
think
eggnog.
we're going to have eggnog next week, boys.
Yeah,
Next
it's
week,
happening.
We're having it.
I'm not drinking it, but
Is it next week?
yeah.
Yeah, let's do it next week.
Okay.
What do we got?
We'll take pictures. I'll make sure to post this before.
Dennis's
Next week.
eggnog reaction video.
Well, we could do winter themed drinks: eggnog, hot chocolate,
Whiskey.
Hot toddies.
plus
Toddies,
Alcohol.
grog.
Toddy's grog.
So
No
I
Mad Elf.
know all of you hate Christmas,
I actually don't mind Christmas.
but
I like getting things.
Christmas music.
Fuck
fucking
you.
Hate it.
It's
I
the
like
worst
some
thing
Christmas
ever.
music.
There
Not
was
all
a-
of it, but some of it.
There's only one good Christmas music,
I was just about to get there.
and it's The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a Christmas movie. Just watched it last night.
What's the most hated Christmas song that you guys have?
Mariah Carey's All I Want for
Yeah, that
Christmas
one.
Is You.
It's pretty. Nope, the Beatles one. Fucking hate that song so much.
There-
It's cold outside.
There's no Beatles Christmas song.
A wonderful Christmas time.
That's
Paul
pretty obvious.
McCartney's.
Yeah.
It's pretty
It's
awful.
mine.
Not the Beatles.
I fucking
Hate it.
hate that song.
Hate that song
I
so
hate
much.
it so much. I also
I
hate.
love Baby It's Cold Outside.
I also hate Christmas
But only
shoes.
course you
one
do.
version of it.
What the fuck is Christmas shoes?
Christmas shoes is about a kid who goes to a department store to buy shoes
Can you sing it for us?
for his dying mother.
Wow, this started out as I was gonna hate
That's
it,
the
and now
Kinks.
I hate
Give me
it
some
more.
money.
Okay, I didn't know.
No,
if
no,
it's that
no,
song.
no. This
Phil,
is.
sing the song, 'cause I don't know it.
I think the lick is, Sir, I want to buy these shoes for my mother, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size.
Don't know it.
Never heard this song before.
Nope.
Da da
You're
da da da
about
da da. She'll be with Jesus soon.
What?
It's no joke. It
Yeah.
is
Fuck that
campy as
song.
fuck. Hold up. So this song makes my mother cry.
Your mother sucks.
So I made her a mixtape for Christmas one year.
Oh,
There's
and it was
23 songs of that.
an hour and a half of this song.
That's terrible. That sounds 90s as fuck.
Patrons, I want you to know I'm making the most disgustus.
Disgustus.
Fate. That's
Disgustus
how
for the rest of
disgusted I
us.
am. I'm disgustus for the most of us.
All right, we're gonna get sued. Turn it off.
Because it's only patrons.
Yeah, they're paying for this shit.
Okay, can we
Did you
stop
say
now?
a peer review?
Pair of shoes.
I heard peer review.
I want to buy some shoes.
So if you're not
for my
familiar,
Mama's gonna die.
Sounds like if Tom Waits did a version, I'd be really happy with that.
oh, I don't know. I'd be very disappointed. Now, if you're not familiar, just go to Spotify and listen to it. It is dog shit.
I just googled Xmas shoes and went down 2 options and found it.
I hate just because of the number of times you hear it in public on any kind of like corporate retail radio is sleigh bells jingling, ding ding dingling too. With you. God damn
Giddy
it.
up, giddy up.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, okay.
Also, we played it in band.
Yeah, we did. Well, that was a Christmas festival, so it had like all the songs in it.
Christmas medley.
True. However,
It was festival something. The title was.
Christmas Festival medley. You're both right. Shut up.
Everybody's wrong. Kill yourselves.
I'll just go out and say that my favorite Christmas album is Vince Guaraldi's Peanuts jazz.
I fucking hate the Peanuts.
Oh, that's fine, but that jazz record for Christmas is wonderful.
Don't know that one.
Has anybody here heard of...
I like Run Run Rudolph, and I like.
No, you like the
Maybe
Beach
it's called-
Boys Christmas record?
No, Run Run Rudolph's not Beach Boys, is it?
Yeah.
Is that? It doesn't sound like Beach Boys.
Trans-Siberian
Orchestra.
motherfucking orchestra.
You're thinking of the...
Only good Christmas music out there.
Mannheim Steamroller.
Oh, fuck. All right.
You're right, Dennis.
One of two.
My parents just saw them live last night.
Yeah?
Mannheim Steamroller, yeah. In Hershey.
Good.
I'm a big fan of the...
Although that local Grinch
Can I play
song
you
is
the
really
best
good.
Christmas song ever?
Sure.
have you
Right
heard
now?
I mean, there's also like 90s hip hop Christmas, which
Nope.
is great.
Nope.
Have any of
this
you guys
one.
heard the heavy metal Grinch song from that York band?
Yeah.
That's good.
Which
It
I'm
is
not
good.
sure if they're a religious band or not. From their symbol, their
The
band
York
symbol.
band? I don't know.
Well, it's York, so they might be. And go.
What is this?
Oh, it's Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis.
Best.
Which I agree is a good Christmas song.
Best Christmas song.
Grandma got ran over by the reindeer.
But it's not the best.
I'm going to play it at Mama's when we get there.
That's fine. I'm going to play right now the greatest Christmas song of all
No,
time.
I'm already doing it.
He's only getting through the noodling parts. Let him get to the actual song.
At least hear the lyrics.
See, I don't even know this song.
It's Tom Waits.
Because we're not on the actual song yet. He's noodling.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, he's
Canoodling.
he's playing around.
All right, let him go. Ready?
Canoodling.
Charlie, I'm pregnant, living on 9th Street, right above a dirty bookstore on Euclid Avenue. Stop taking dope. Quit drinking whiskey.
All right.
My old man plays
All right.
Trombone. All right, so here's...
You know what else is amazing?
Yeah, I'm about to play it.
You've already lost me.
Hey, king, it's Dominic the Donkey.
It's the Italian Christmas
I
donkey.
remember you showing me this last year.
It is the greatest song ever. Definitely not the most racist Christmas song. The greatest.
No, Christopher Lee, before he died, when he was like fucking 90, put out a heavy metal Christmas album.
What?
There's a few. There's
Yeah.
a few heavy metal Christmas records. out
Double
there.
Brutal.
No,
How
it's,
dare you bring it up and not
Christmas
play it?
metal? Oh my god. I've got
That's
so much of
amazing.
it.
All right, Christopher Lee Metal Christmas.
By the way, did you watch or did you see? There's a movie on Netflix with Tom Waits, Ballad of Buster.
Yes, that's the new Coen Brothers.
He's
film.
also
That's
in
good.
Wrist Cutters.
It simultaneously released on Netflix and theaters.
Yeah.
But we're not just going to be playing Christmas songs on the
heavy metal
Patreon
Christmas.
roundtable.
it's fucking roundtable.
So-
There's no rules.
Well, there is a rule about keeping the show going and getting done.
The rules are.
We're at an hour plus already, so
I've
anybody want to say anything else before we wrap this up?
My favorite Christmas dinner was the only year I've had that Christmas dinner was when I was dating an Italian chick in Philly. Because I just
Seven Fishes?
you had the Feast of Seven
They
Fishes?
didn't do the fishes.
Oh.
They did ravioli and rosemary
shells?
bread. 3 seashells. I forget what else, but it was like just all kinds of pastas and things.
Yeah.
That's where I discovered my love for rosemary.
Oh,
So
who's Rosemary?
that was her.
that was
her-
her
her
grandmother.
younger sister.
grandma with Alzheimer's.
Thank you,
She couldn't
Grandma.
remember this time.
Grandma. We went to Grandma immediately.
So,
I've got an outro. So.
Although she did have Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's a mistake.
yeah.
And I was the only person she could remember for some reason.
So were
I
you.
don't know why.
We did 7 fishes and we made it to 4. And everyone at the house was just too full to continue.
Can I just ask, what the fuck is 7 fishes?
You make 7 fishes on Christmas Eve.
It's like 7 different fish
Yeah.
dishes.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just eat like normal people?
Because Italians have to do everything to the extreme to show how much better they are than everybody else.
Yeah, but they were the first ones to lose in World War II.
Well,
They
Is
were the
that
first
compensation?
ones.
I don't know. We don't.
I think the Poles were the first to lose in World War II.
Yeah.
We're not going to get to politics.
Well, John, I was
Right
going
now.
to say major powers, but I don't really want to.
Major powers?
Yeah. All right.
Anything, John? You got anything before we wrap this up?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking into this long ass Christmas roundtable. Tristan, I know, is going to be streaming some Magic the Gathering on Twitch soon.
We're
look-
sorry for that.
Look for that.
I make great choices in limited play.
Look for that in the Discord. I'll try to post every time he goes live.
And I'm gonna try and do some Fallout 76, regardless of your feelings for it. I've been fucking loving it, and I'll try and stream some of it because I've got a PS4 and can do that.
Borderlands 2.
All right, so guys, Botched.
You know, I've been trying my best to write a song.
No, I put the song on that you wanted.
See you next week,
Justice to your masterpiece jingle all the way. Why write a new song when I can take whatever one I want? Give me that guitar, you go.
Just keep cutting it. Just keep. Hey, what? Ha! Hey guys, Botched will be streaming various video games from this point forward. No specific dates yet, but I know that Tristan's interested in streaming Magic. We've got a bunch of guys playing FTH Beyond stream with Borderlands 2, and I'm probably going to start streaming Fallout 76 on PS4. But you'll hear more on various things, and yeah, better Christmas! Planet Piss!
Planet Piss? The Metal Apocalypse.
I don't listen to what I say when I say
I have no idea what you said.